Hello and welcome to Young at Heart. I'm Emma Healey and I run Way to Fitness. Now, Young at Heart is our seated or standing session. It's for about half an hour. Now, all you need are trainers or close-fitting shoes on your feet and something easy to move in. Now, I'm going to be doing part of the session in a chair. And if you're joining me in the chair, can you just make sure your hips and knees are at the same height and that your chair is stable and strong, okay? Not a wheel in sight, okay? And it's up to you if you choose to have arms on your chair. It will probably be best if you didn't, but you're going to choose what suits you, okay? We're all going to need a chair because a bit later on, we're going to be doing some balance work and I'd like you to have something to hold on to just in case, all right? I'm holding this because in our little cardio section, it would be useful if you maybe had a roll of wrapping paper. This is just, we call it a woggle. It's pipe lagging made pretty, but it just gives us something to be able to use when we're doing our exercises, but you don't need it if you haven't got one. A rolling pin could be suitable as long as it wasn't too heavy. Now, in our strength session, we're going to be using light hand weights. Now, if you don't have weights, it's not a problem. You could use tins of soup or bottles of water, just making sure that they're manageable and comfortable for the size of your hand. But we'll talk about that later. Okay. So the plan for today is we're going to start with a warm up that you could do seated or standing. We're not using that yet. Then we'll be doing a little cardio session. We'll do a strength session, a balance session, and so a lovely stretch at the end. So that is the plan, okay? So grab your chair, come to the front half of your chair if you're going to join me seated, otherwise come up to standing, and I'm going to put some music on. Okay, so I'm in the front half of my chair. My feet are a hip distance apart. I'm sitting up nice and tall as though I was a puppet, and someone just pulled the string and I've lengthened through my spine, just drawing in the center a little bit. And what we're going to start with first, we're going to start with some heel lifts, then some front of the foot lifts, all right? So are you ready? Shoulders back and down. We're going to start with some slow heel lifts, 5, 6, 7, and left, left. And we can do it half speed like that, or a bit faster, you choose. Left. Fantastic. Now you're going to lift the front of the foot up. Here, lift. It's a hover, tiny hover. Brilliant. Now this is warming up your calf and ankle. A few more. Well done. Now we're going to do the £1 coin, which is heel down and then toe on the same spot, heel and toe. We've got a nice straight line going on down here, ankles under the knee. We're going to change sides, so it's heel and toe. Brilliant. Now we're going to straighten this leg out the front, dig the heel in. So we're going to go forwards, touch the toe. Brilliant. This is warming up the knee. Let's change sides, heel and toe. 2 more. Let's go back to the first side. Add a pushing arm forwards here. Tap the shoulders. Brilliant. Excellent. Now change leg. 2 more. Well done. Now we're going to do a little side steps. We're going to go out and back. So as we're doing this, we're warming up the hip. Keep the ankle under the knee. Change sides. That's it. Fantastic. Back to the first side, add arms. We're going to go here. 2 more. Brilliant. Now you're going to change sides. Well done. So we'll go back to heel dig. 1 heel dig, 1 side step. So heel dig, side step. Change sides. Brilliant. Change again. And change. Lots to think about. Okay, let's just do a little march here and march. Brilliant. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do 3 marches and then a knee lift. All right? So are you ready? Okay, sitting or standing tall. 5, 6, 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, lift. And as the knee lift, we can push those arms up. Brilliant. Few more. Last few. Well done. Now we're going to do a little V step. So it's wide, wide, back to the start. Again, wide, wide, and back. Change side. And that's it. One more. Brilliant. Back to the first side, add arm. So we're here, here, and back. One more. Change side. One more. Brilliant. And march. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to put some of those moves together. And I am going to get my woggle, all right? So you're just going to just do a little march. So you can just do a heel and toe, a heel lift while I'm chatting. I'm going to talk you through the moves, okay? Now with your woggle, we're going to do 3 taps here in time to music. Overhead, 3 taps. And then we're going to go forwards and up. And then lift the knee, all right? We're also going to go canoeing. We're holding the woggle here. And we're just going to canoe down. 4 on one side and then 4 on the other. And if you're standing, it's like you're doing a little squat. You're bending your knees, but you're looking forwards, keeping your back nice and long, all right? Then it's our V step, okay? So, seated or standing, you choose. I think I'm going to do it stood up. That's it. Brilliant. So, sitting or standing tall, we're going to start with a march. Lovely. Now what we're going to do first, we are going to do 3 taps, over the top 3 taps. Are you ready to join me? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, over the top. Brilliant. Now forwards and up with a woggle. 2 slow knee lifts. Brilliant. We're going to go canoeing. So you're going to dig your paddle in. And again. Brilliant. Change sides. 2 more. Now that V step's coming up. So slow is here. This is your slow version. And again. Change sides. 1 more. Now Dixon of Dot Green is just marching and patting here. So it's 1, 2, 3. Change hands. Do you remember Dixon of Dot Green? Now we're going to stir porridge. So we're going to go round and round. Reverse. So back to the top. 3 taps. 1, 2. Brilliant. Overhead. Forwards and up. Brilliant. 2 knee lifts. Nice and slow. Back to canoeing. We're here. Dig. Dig. Now I've picked up the speed. You can do it half speed if you wish. That's it. And change. V step. Here we go. So this is your faster version. We're doing 4s instead of 2s. Change sides. Brilliant. 2 more. Okay, Dixon of Dot Green, march. Change hands. You're going to get stirring. Round and round and reverse. Back to 3 taps. Start on your right side. Here we go. Brilliant. And over the top. Forwards and up. Knee lift. Brilliant. We're going to go canoeing. Grab your paddle. We're going down. Change side. Don't get wet. Change again. You can decide how deep you're paddling. Change. Brilliant. It's our V step. Slow or fast you choose. Here. You could go up with the arms. Harder. Change sides. 2 more. Brilliant. Dixon of Dot Green. March here. Change hands. Get stirring. round and round and reverse. Last time through, 3 taps on your left this time. Here we go. Over the top. Brilliant. Forwards and up. 2 knee lifts. Brilliant. Canoe, grab your paddle. We're going down. Change sides. Just a little dip of the knees. And change. Last chance to do our V-step. Here we go. And V-step. 2 more. Brilliant. Change sides. 2 more. Well done. Dixon have got green. Pat your back on. Change sides. Brilliant. Get stirring. Round. And back. Woo, well done. And then just come down to a little lift and lower of the heels to cool down a bit. Now we don't want to cool down too much because we're going to do sit to stand next. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to turn the music off. That's it. Because music is great, but when we're doing our strength exercises, I want you to very much join in at your speed and not feel rushed by the music, okay? So we're going to start with some lower body strength exercises, some leg strengthening, and then we're going to use our hand weights for upper body strengthening. And of course, we need strong legs for marching upstairs, getting on and off the bus, getting on the train, all those things that we want to do independently for as long as we possibly can. And upper body exercises, important for lifting and carrying and reaching to get to the chocolate or the back of the top shelf, things like that. Or your favorite bar of soap in the bathroom. I can't just say chocolate, can I? It might be soap, you never know. I like a nice bar of Pears soap. Right, let's go down to our chair. Okay, right, so for our sit to stand exercise, while I'm talking, keep your heels lifting and lowering. That's it, keeps the blood supply moving. Now, we're going to be in the front half of our chair, all right? So you're on the chair, your bottom's on the chair, but your thighs aren't. Now we're going to have our feet a hip distance apart. This is important because it means you, as you stand up, your weight is evenly spread, okay, and you're safe. Feet facing forwards. Now what we're going to do, we're going to come forward, hinging forwards, keeping that back nice and long. We're coming forward, so our nose is over our toes, okay? So we're going to come up to standing, okay? Just do a few heel lifts here. Very importantly, I need you to feel the chair on the backs of the knees before you sit back down again, okay? Make sure that you're comfortable before you come up again. Feel the chair and sit back down. Now we can let our arms help us, okay? Or if you want to work harder, you can take your arms out by crossing them across your chest, and then this means that only your legs are doing the work, so it's going to be harder, okay? So if you'd like to join me, hip walk to the front half of your chair. You've got your trainers or your close-fitting shoes on, really important. No slippers, okay. We are hinging forwards, all right? Arms here or here, you choose. Nose is over the toes, we come up to standing. Few heel lifts. Feel the chair. Sit back down. Now, it might well be that you're in the same place in your chair, so you can just come forwards, up to standing, feel the chair and come back down. It may well be that you have to walk to the front, back to the front of your chair, yeah, before you can come back up again. So I am going to do 6. All right, let's do 6. So you know what you're doing now. We are in the front of the chair. Arms or no arms, you choose. Okay, feet are hip distance apart. Let's go. So we're going to come up, stand tall, lift and lower those heels. Feel the chair. And sit down again. So I want you doing this at your speed. So this is a relatively slow one. Okay, there are other people that might choose to do it a bit faster. I'm just going to do 3 more of these along with you. That's it. feel the chair, sit down. It's really important. This exercise obviously strengthens your thigh muscles, but they directly link to your knees, and physios will give you this exercise to do to strengthen the thighs if you've got any knee issues, which a lot of us have, okay? Right, this is my last one, and then I'm going to come down and have a rest. Whew, have a drink of water, okay? So I talked about that some people like to do it faster. If you were doing it faster, what you could do, you can start the exercise at the top. Okay, so you feel the chair on the backs of the knees, and we would call this stand to hover. It's the same move, but you're starting it at the top of the exercise rather than at the bottom. So I'm feeling the chair on the backs of the knees. I go to sit down, I change my mind, all right? So that's called a stand to hover or a stand to a squat position, all right? So we're going to do 10. Ooh, you can do 10 from seated to come up, or start stood up. And again, your arms can be long or they can be across your chest. All right. Should we have a go? Let's start with 5. So we're going to come down, change our minds. And all the time we're doing this, our back is long. So we're looking forwards. That's it. And one more gives me 5. Then I'm just going to change my arms and do 5 more. Down. And I'm keeping my feet a hip distance apart, so my knees are staying apart. That's it. I'm really working my thigh muscles, my quads. That's it. I've got one more to do. Woo, well done. Let's go down to the chair. Another great and easy to do exercise at home are some straight leg lifts, okay? So I want you to be in the back of your chair for this exercise. Okay, we're sitting nice and tall. Feet are hip distance apart. And again, we're concentrating on strengthening your quads. It's going to help your knees. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to straighten the leg and then lower it, all right? And we're going to do 4 on each side to start with. So we're sitting tall. We're going to lengthen here. Lift the foot to straighten the leg, come down. And to the first 4, we're going to tap the floor with our foot. Lift and lower. One more. Lift and lower. I'm feeling hot. It's quite hot in Devon today. It's not sunny, but it's hot. I guess it's August, isn't it? Right, standing tall, sitting tall. We're going to lift for 4. Tap. 3. So where in the world are you doing this exercise session from? I would love to know in the comments later. Love to know, is it Scotland, Wales, Ireland, France, Spain? Can't wait to hear. Now, we're going to go back to the first side. And if you want to work harder, we can lengthen and then hover. Lengthen and hover instead of going down to the floor, okay? So should we do 4 more on each side? So we're going to lengthen, hover or tap. Lengthen. And as we're lengthening that leg, it's a nice straight line. Yeah, good. 1 more. This is really effective. I can feel this doing some work. Let's change sides. Sitting tall, lengthen, and hover. Brilliant. Okay, 2 more. Lengthen and hover. 1 more. Oh, that's great. And then relax. Now, we're just going to do 4 more. We're going to start on this leg this time. And we're going to, I'll just show you. You're going to lengthen, point, flex, and down. Okay, so it's a little bit harder because you've got the leg lifted for longer. So you choose, do you want to make it harder? If not, stay where you are already. All right, so we're sitting tall. We're going to lengthen, point, flex, and then lower, hover or tap. Again, lift, point, flex, and down. 2 more. Lift. Well done. 1 more. Woo, excellent. Let's change sides. So we're going to lengthen, point, flex, and down. So these are really good exercises that you could do while you were watching the telly, as long as you've got the correct height chair and you're not in a sofa, because that probably wouldn't be high enough. Well done. Good work. So now we're going to do our upper body strengthening, and I'm going to get some light hand weights. If your weights are near the floor, make sure you bend your legs to pick them up. That's it. And just to say, you can get hand weights from a variety of different places. Of course, you can go to a sports shop. You could go down the middle aisle of a certain supermarket, or you can also go down the recycling centre. You can get all sorts of kettlebells and all sorts of different equipment that people buy and never use from the recycling centre. So that's a good place to look for some inexpensive hand weights. Okay, what's great about a hand weight is that they're narrow in the middle and they're easy to hold. So if you're using water bottles, try and get them that go in the middle because they're easier to hold on to that way. Now you can do these exercises seated in your chair or standing. I'm going to choose to do them standing, but you can choose. All right. So our posture, really important. We're sitting or standing tall, really lengthening through the crown again. And the shoulders are relaxed and down. Now, when we're using weights, we want our wrists to remain rigid. We don't want them moving side to side or front to back, okay, unless that's the exercise. We just want to keep them rigid and strong. And then we look after our wrists that way, okay. So what we're going to do first, we're going to put the weights down and do the exercises without the weights. So you know what we're going to do. And then we're going to add the weights. Okay. So to begin with, our palms are forwards. Okay. Elbows in at the waist. And we're just going to bring the hands up towards the shoulders and lower down. So we're going to do, that's one exercise we're going to do. Then keeping the palms forwards, we're just going to lift up to shoulder height and lower down. So that's another one. Okay. Then we bring the hands in front, the palms are facing into our thighs, and we're going to do a rowing action. We're going to do singles, and then we're going to do doubles. Okay. Then our last one, we're going to do the gin tray. All right. So we call it a tray because we want the forearms to be flat. And we've got a slightly different technique today. What we're going to do, we're going to go out slightly. Then I'll show you from the side. Take the elbows behind, bring the tray forwards, and then close slightly. So it's out, elbows back, forwards, and in. Okay? And always when you're using weights, give your hands a break between exercises and wiggle those fingers because gripping them tight can make your fingers ache. Okay, so let's add our weights. Tins of chickpeas or water bottles. Now our arms are long down by the side, shoulders relax, and we're just going to bring the weights up towards the shoulders and slowly lower them down. Now this is strengthening the front of our arms and our biceps, okay? And down again. So we're going to come up and down. Well done. So we're going to do 4 more. So it's 4, 3, 2. Are you noting that my elbows are in at the waist and still? That's good. Brilliant. Well done. Now you can wiggle your fingers. That's it. Now this time we're just going to lift the arms up and then slowly lower them down. Did you see I adjusted? It's really useful to do weights in front of a mirror because we think we're even, but sometimes we're not. So, because we have a strong arm and a less strong arm, don't we? So we're going to lift up, slowly lower down. And you don't have to lift as high as shoulder height if you don't want to. That's it. So you're lifting and lowering. Should we do 4 more? So we're going to go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Okay, now we turn the palms in towards the thighs, shoulders relax, and we're just going to lift up and lower down. Lift up. Superb. So we're going to do 1 more single, and then we'll do doubles. So we're going to lift up here. Brilliant. 2 more. And 1 more. Excellent work. Okay. Then we're going to do the gin tray, but I'm going to put my weights down just for a minute and wiggle my fingers. That's it. Lovely. Now, so the gin tray, remember we're starting in this position. The tray is flat. Put whatever you like on your tray. I don't even drink gin, but it's it's an easy thing to say. Now the wrists are rigid and straight, yeah? So we go out slightly, then take the elbows behind, bring the tray forwards and slightly close. So we're going to do 8 of those. So we're going to come out, back, forwards and in. Now this is a very common exercise that the physio will give you for those of you with shoulder issues. That's it. Rotator cuff issues will be given this exercise to do by the physio. Lots of my members say, oh, Emma, I've done this one before. Brilliant. Okay, so out, back with the elbows, forwards with the tray, close. Now I am doing one more. Okay, here we go. Out, back, forwards and in. Brilliant. Now we just have one more exercise to do that is going to work the backs of the arms. And what we're going to do, we're going to bend the arms and take the elbows behind us. Now the elbows are in at the waist and we're standing tall. And this exercise, you are going to lengthen your arms behind and then bend. This upper arm is staying still, okay? And let's do that. So we're just going to brush the hips with the weights. That's it. Excellent. Right, so let's do 4 more. And of course, you can be practicing these exercises at home when you're not joining me online for Young at Heart sessions, which I do once a week. Brilliant. 1 more. And relax. Now, I'm going to put the weights down and wiggle the fingers. That's it. Now, time is marching on a bit. So we're just going to do 1 balance exercise and then we do a lovely stretch. Okay. So we've got our chair beside us to keep us nice and safe. And of course, balance is really important to maintain good balance so we remain independent. All right. So what we're going to do, we're just going to do our single leg stance. Now you've got your chair at your side. This is the foot we're balancing on. So I'd like you to soften this knee slightly. And all you're going to do is start by lifting this heel and then lift the foot. Okay. We're standing up really nice and tall. Then we put the foot down. We're just going to do small to begin with. Change sides. Soften the knee. Lift the heel first. Then hover the foot. And just see how that feels. Foot down. Now you can have a firm grip, a fingertip touch, a hover or no contact, but know it's there. All right. Really important that the balance is the important bit. Don't worry about using the support if you need it. Okay. We need you to stay safe. So lift the heel. Hover that foot. Okay, so we are here, fixing our eyes on a speck for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot down. We will get better at this, don't worry. Soften the knees. That's it. Hover that foot. Get your balance. We're looking forwards for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lots of things affect our balance, like tiredness can make our balance worse, okay? So just be patient, and the more practice you do, the better. Come on, back to the first side. Soften this knee. We're going to hover this foot, okay? Use the chair if you need it, and let's count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot down. Brilliant. Changing sides. You see, this is why you need proper shoes on, right? Balancing on this foot, nice soft knee. We start by just hovering that foot. The foot is flexed, okay? We're counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot down. Brilliant. So we probably all need more practice at that. But of course, we can do that while we're cleaning our teeth. We can do that while the kettle boils, but make sure you do it on both sides. I'm going to put some gentle music on and we are going to have a stretch. So do come down to your chair for your seated stretch. Okay, so if you'd like to join me in the front half of your chair, that's it. And I'd like you to lengthen one leg out the front, please. A nice straight line. And just start by bringing your foot up. So you're flexing your foot, and by doing that, you'll feel a calf stretch. On this side, we've got ankle directly under the knee, and we're sitting up nice and tall. Okay, so what we'll do now, hands above this knee, we sit tall, then ease forwards, keeping that back nice and long, and you'll feel a stretch in the back of your thigh. That's it, so we come up, so we're going to sit tall, ease forwards. Hope you can feel that. Well done. Okay, you can bring that foot in, and then we're just going to hold under the knee and just sit nice and tall for your bottom stretch, your glute stretch. Okay. Now you can stay here, or depending on how your knee is, you may choose to do this one. Most people don't because of their hips and knees, but if you like this one, you can ease that knee down. And to make this stretch even bit deeper, we sit tall and ease forwards. I'm just wriggling because this ankle needs to be under the knee, and I wanted to make sure it was all straight for you. That's it. So we sit tall and ease forwards. Okay, well done, foot down. So second side, lengthen the leg, nice straight line, flex the foot by bringing the foot up. I hope you can feel that calf stretch. Okay, so checking, this is directly under, hands on the bent knee, we sit tall, ease forwards, and feel the stretch down the back of the thigh and the calf too. Again, so we sit tall and ease forwards. Brilliant. We bring that foot in, hands under the knee. We're just sitting up nice and tall as we do this one. So most people will stay here, but if you wish, ankle on that knee. And we're just easing this knee down. We can sit tall and ease forwards if we wish. Big hip stretch this one. And one more. So sit tall and ease forwards. Well done. Pop the foot down. Now I'd like you in the back of your chair now. Okay. We're going to hold on to the chair, and we're just going to reach up and reach over for 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully you'll feel a nice side stretch. So reach up and reach over. Brilliant. Now bring this arm down, keep it straight, and just ease it in towards the body for your shoulder stretch. So you can use your hand or your elbow, and you could look away to the empty side. Well done. Now that same arm, we're going to take it up, turn the palm behind you, and just bend it to touch your shoulder. If you wish, you can just ease it back. That's it. So changing sides, hold on, reach up. So lengthen first and just ease over for 1, 2, and 3. Brilliant. Again, lengthen and come over. Brilliant. Bring that arm down. Help that straight arm in towards the body with the hand or the elbow. Feel the stretch. Well done. Then that same arm goes up, turn the palm behind you. Just bend to pat the shoulder. If you want to, just ease it back to feel that shoulder and tricep stretch. Well done. And then we're just going to wiggle those fingers. Now we can do fingertips together, ease the knuckles in and away, or a deeper stretch, link the fingers, turn the palms away for that palms and fingers stretch. I like this one. Well done. And then just wiggle again. Link again. This time push the back of the hands forward, look down for your upper back stretch. Then hands in the small of your back, or hold on to your chair, whichever feels good. Squeeze the shoulders, the shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Fantastic. Shake. So a little breath in as we reach up. Breathe out as you come down. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you'd like more details about Young at Heart sessions, get in touch, just drop me a message and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.